If a recipe says add salt to taste, most of us grab the nearest shaker of white powder. But treating all salts as the exact same ingredient is the main reason why a home-cooked meal can sometimes taste a little off. Think of the salt in your pantry as a three-part toolkit. You wouldn't use a hammer to drive a screw, and you shouldn't use standard table salt for a job that requires rock salt or black salt. A salt's behavior in your food depends entirely on where it comes from. An industrial processing plant, a prehistoric mountain range, and a traditional high-heat clay kiln all produce crystals that react differently on your tongue. By learning how to use these three specific tools, you stop guessing. You start cooking with intention, and you elevate a basic weeknight dinner into something professional. Let's start with the default you see in every restaurant: table salt. These deposits were actually left behind by ancient ocean beds millions of years ago, but the journey to your shaker is heavily industrial. Manufacturers pump water deep underground to dissolve the rock, pump the liquid back up to the surface, and mechanically boil it away. This heavy processing strips out almost all the natural minerals, leaving behind a product that is 99.9% pure sodium chloride. This intense refinement changes the physical shape of the salt. The process creates tiny, perfectly uniform cubic crystals that pack together extremely tightly. Because these uniform cubes leave almost no empty space, a single teaspoon packs a massive, highly concentrated amount of sodium. If you swap this into a recipe meant for a coarser salt, you will easily oversalt your dish with a sharp, aggressive bite. But that exact same density makes table salt perfect for specific jobs. It dissolves uniformly and instantly, making it the ideal tool for bulk tasks like heavily seasoning pasta water or baking bread, where precise chemical measurements are required for the dough to rise. Table salt is your reliable worker for foundational seasoning. However, because it lacks natural minerals, it provides a very sharp, one-dimensional saltiness that falls flat when you want to enhance delicate, complex flavors. For those delicate flavors, we look to the Himalayas. Here, a crystal formed roughly 250 million years ago. Massive tectonic plates shifted, pushing mountains upward and trapping ancient seas entirely underground. What we call rock salt, or Sendha Namak in India, is the result. True rock salt undergoes almost zero processing. It is carefully hand-mined from historical locations, like the centuries-old Kira salt mine in Pakistan. Because it skips the industrial bleaching, rock salt holds on to over 80 natural trace minerals from those ancient seas. Elements like iron give it a beautiful pink hue, and the magnesium and potassium soften the harshness, giving you a milder, slightly sweet flavor profile. In Ayurvedic traditions, this completely unadulterated state earns it the classification of sattvic, meaning pure. It is so clean and deeply respected that it is the only salt permitted during sacred Hindu fasting days, known as Frat. Rock salt is your quiet finisher. The complex mineral content gently lifts the natural sweetness of fresh salads and enhances the spices on seared proteins without overwhelming your palate with pure sodium. Our final tool, black salt, or Kala Namak, is entirely different. You don't simply dig this out of the earth. It is a manufactured condiment created by combining extreme heat with ancient Ayurvedic medicine. Traditional makers take raw chunks of rock salt, place them into clay pots, and mix them with a specific blend of medicinal herbs and fruits, like triphala, before sealing the pots completely tight. The pots go into a kiln fired up to a staggering 1,000 degrees Celsius. This extreme heat forces the natural sulfates in the salt to react with the herbs, transforming them into a new compound called hydrogen sulfide and leaving behind a dark, glass-like violet mass. When you open a jar of Kala Namak, that hydrogen sulfide hits you with a strong scent, often compared to boiled eggs. Don't let the aroma scare you. On the tongue, that sulfurous compound delivers a deep, tangy, and incredibly savory umami flavor. That tangy depth is the defining soul of Indian street food, giving dishes like chaat masala their signature kick. It has also become a modern secret weapon for plant-based cooking, where a simple sprinkle makes scrambled tofu taste exactly like real eggs. Because of its unique chemistry, black salt is strictly a flavor enhancer, not a primary seasoning. If you boil it, the heat destroys those fragile sulfur compounds. You must add it at the very end to preserve its complex magic. The quickest way to ruin a meal is scooping a spoonful of fine table salt when the recipe was written for chunky rock salt. The difference in volume and density will throw your entire seasoning off balance. Instead, we use the layering technique. Start your cooking process with your industrial tool. Use table salt early on to heavily season the bulk water for rice, or to build the foundational base of a thick curry. Next, bring in the ancient pure tool. Rub coarse rock salt into your chicken or fish right before they hit a hot pan, or sprinkle it over a finished salad for a clean mineral crunch. Finally, deploy the alchemist's umami. Keep your black salt away from the stove entirely, and only dust it over your fruit plates, cool drinks, or finished curries once the flame is safely off. Table salt for the heavy lifting, rock salt for pure mineral balance, black salt for a savory soul. Master the science behind these 3 distinct tools, and you will never look at your spice rack the same way again.